extra microwave. The coop does not have a microwave.
Instagram's not working.
And the fridge.
Yo, somebody's not muted. Yo, Tom, your phone.
Well, Tom, producer extraordinaire over there.
All right, you ready, Jeff?
All right, City Pigeons, episode 78 from the Flyers Watch Party, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, if you're here, can you give a round of applause? Can we get excited? Damn. Yo, it's been a minute since we have had a live audience. I'm excited about this. It's a great opportunity and a great opportunity for the sports teams. By the way, I just want to say we solved the conundrum of getting the Phillies game on TV. Thank you, Mark Goodhart. I saw it was on channel Comcast channel 1259.
Yeah, that's a good channel.
We don't get that. We don't get Comcast.
That's up to the
How do we figure it out? Who figured that out?
This is an internet-based program, ladies and gentlemen. And I just want to say thank you, everybody coming down. The Coop is a, I don't know what to call it.
It's an event space. It's an event space.
It's an event space. It's the home of the City Pigeons podcast. It's half comedy destination for your.
This is like a soiree happening here.
This is a soiree.
Some people call it an adult social club. You know what I
It's
mean?
like a man cave for adults, kind of.
An adult clubhouse, if you will.
Anyway, we're having a great
Adult
time. The vibe
clubhouse.
here is immaculate.
I like it. It's
Think.
nice.
Were you surprised at all by the vibes
This
here
is
for the
beautiful.
Flyers?
I'm excited. Yeah, wait. Well, I'm not surprised by that at all.
You're not excited.
What? I just said I was excited.
Yeah,
What do
you did. I'm already.
Jesse, you know.
Look at the
what?
lighting. That's good.
It looks
Fink,
scary back there.
Fink, where did you get those earmuffs?
At the Flyers game.
You got to speak up, buddy.
What would? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I got them at the Flyers game, Jesse.
Did you? Did they give those away?
They gave them away the night that the screen went off. All black.
Damn. That is a hell of a giveyway.
He
Mitch, were you there that night?
14 and
I
under.
wasn't.
He stole it from a kid.
I missed that
Be
game.
honest.
Punched the kid in
Unbelievable.
He
his
stole it on his way out. Wait, who are you? You didn't even introduce. You said you're going to do a better job of introducing the
Yeah, I
show.
didn't hear the theme song.
It's
Yeah,
hard.
nothing.
Guys, it's not the normal setup. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Jesse Rendell, host of the City Pigeons podcast, co-host, I should say, with all of these fine gentlemen. We have just multiplied over time. To my left is Mike Meach from the great Northeast, ladies and gentlemen. To my right, Roger Rock Matthews, the legend.
From the great Mount Airy.
Over in the Fink tank, we've got Fink himself. Fink, are you okay with Mark Goodhart being in the Fink tank tonight?
That's my guy.
That's your guy.
That's my guy. It's a Union.
Mark?
It's
You
the
know-
Union Forge think tank tonight.
The Fink tank tonight is sponsored by Union Forge. We
See
love
it?
it.
Right there. Look at that.
Now, is Mark aware of the fact that he has a microphone or no?
Oh, my
I don't
God.
know
Oh,
if it's
my
working,
goodness.
but I do have a microphone.
Is it working, Tom?
Take it away from him.
I can't hear you. Is
This
it working?
guy's
Yeah,
Nod your
I
head.
over here.
Mark's already drunk, man.
We don't know.
He's been drinking too much Union Forge vodka tonight.
All right.
Just half of one.
Sure.
Okay, so given that we have a Flyers watch party, and I want to be honest with people, I'm not going to come out here and act like we're a Flyers podcast.
I don't think you can fake it. If
Yeah, you can't
because
fake
we
it.
have 70 some other episodes where we probably mentioned the Flyers 6 or 7 times.
No, we
Yeah,
gave
That's
shout
all
out to
right. It
Wayne on
doesn't
his way
mean,
out.
they're just not interesting until now.
Yeah. Well, the height of our Flyers discussion has been Wayne Simmons retiring and Rock's fineness.
Exactly.
So, which is appropriate. It's
Yeah.
appropriate. Okay. What we do, I think, need to at least discuss the Flyers, who, by the way, are losing 1-0 right now in a crucial game with playoff implications. If they lose this game, are they out of the playoffs? Who can tell me?
Pretty much. Like
I don't think so.
All right,
anybody
odds
know?
go down to like 0%.
They were 16% before this game. That's what I saw.
Yeah, if they were 16% before this, I don't think you're going to want to lose. That's what I
They're
know.
on a 7-game skid like your underwear right now.
Okay, but here's the thing, guys. A 7-game skid at the end of the season to go from playoff position to out of the playoffs in any other sport, right, would be a real issue, right? We saw the Eagles kind of do the same thing. Now, granted, the
that was
Eagles.
like the Ray Rhodes team that started off 8-1.
You win tonight, and then you get hot and ride the hot streak all throughout the playoffs. That's the goal.
That's what you
what's
gotta
gonna
do.
happen.
Say
Okay,
it, Jesse.
but for the sake of argument,
Fink
let's
has been
say
very optimistic lately. I'll
yeah,
be
he's
honest
optimistic
with
about every sport,
you. I love
and rightfully so with some of our other teams. We will get to that.
I cannot hear you.
You're just going to try your best. Read my lips, dude. No new taxes.
Take those
okay.
those ear things off, man.
So,
you may be able to hear
Meech,
better.
any other sport, the Eagles, we saw them lose how many games? I can't remember. 6, 7 games. 6 or 7.
Yeah, after the Bills game, they just went straight downhill.
Right. Hard to compare because of the fact that the Eagles were like a favorite, and they were 9 and 10 and 1.
Right.
And the bottom fell out. The Flyers, people didn't expect a ton from. And then all of a sudden, they got a new regime, a new front office, and they are in playoff contention. And people get excited.
And then
now,
as soon as any type of pressure was put on them, they folded and lost 7 straight.
exactly.
That's not a good sign.
Right. But see, here's the question that I need answered from the Flyers faithful. And we have a lot of them here tonight.
They look like they're sidetracked with other things.
They don't look like they care.
They don't give a shit.
But are the Flyers getting off easy? Should they be criticized just as much as any team that loses, however many straight games to miss the playoffs? Or because of the fact we've got Jonesy and Briere, guys we like, Torts, who we think is a pretty good coach, are we like, no, this is a step in the right direction. No matter what, it's a success.
No.
I got to talk to the real Flyers fans because I don't know.
So for me, we shouldn't have been here. Torts got us this, but the 7-game skid, you need the playoff experience. This skid, I think you have to be mad about.
Right.
Because you're in a position to keep the playoffs alive for your team.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that in terms of the opportunity for playoff hockey for a lot of these guys.
You have to change what your goalpost is.
Fink's optimism is grounded in a second level of analytical thought that is far more rational than we thought.
I love how he could be just as optimistic as a team who's lost 7 straight and a team who's won 5 straight.
Yeah.
He believes in both.
He's a homer.
By the way, he was
The weather's
optimistic.
changing, man. I'm happy. I'm sorry.
To your credit, Fink, you were optimistic about the Sixers before they won 5 in a row.
Yeah, some people know ball here. Some people don't. Their name's
We
Mike
told him
Meach.
last week, man. Don't worry about these guys.
Listen, they still haven't done anything. All right,
They're up to the 7th seed. They're up to the 7th seed.
I agree.
They're up to the 7th seed, but that's
I
still
agree.
out of the play. But I did see that Indiana is only up 1 on the Toronto Raptors at halftime tonight, which would be huge if they could swap spots with Indiana tonight. Listen, I'm a Sixers fan. I hope they do good. I reserve judgment because I've seen it over and over for the past 6 years. They
Listen.
can't do shit.
We're starting with the Flyers. We're not ready to dive into the Sixers yet,
We
okay?
can multitask.
We can
let's go back to being
multitask.
happy.
Back and forth. Can we confirm that the guest microphone that Mark is using is working? Tom, can you shake your head? Is it working? Okay, great. Perfect.
You can't do
Because
that.
I don't
You
hear
cannot do
I want to
that.
say this real quick. You're not
Oh my
hearing anything.
God.
Mark, I heard a rumor that the Goodhart firm at a certain point got sick of the bullshit with the Flyers, cut their tickets. But I also heard a rumor that they may have recently rethought that position. Also true.
I heard a rumor, and it's not even a rumor because it came straight from Mark before we came on. He only bought season tickets because he felt sorry for the kid who was trying to sell him season tickets. Can you confirm that rumor? Is that true or
Ask
false?
Mark,
5th child. You know what I mean?
right. Ask Mark
Wait,
where
what?
his career
You
started.
just have to
Yeah.
guilt Mark into something, and he'll just hand up. He could have tipped this kid like $300 and be like, "Dude, I feel bad for you." Instead, he purchased 3 tickets for the season for
Listen.
the Flyers.
So I actually have a question. I
Which I
went
admire.
from
I love that. It's great.
for the hockey purists, and maybe some people out here can answer this tonight.
Yeah.
I went from having front row on the glass for a
What?
number of years, which
I never got that
are
in.
not the hockey purists seats, and now I have front row of the second level, which I hear are very prime seats, but I don't know.
Okay. We got to find out about that.
I would say you get a better viewpoint, obviously, being that high up. You get to see the entire ice or whatever they call it out there. But I got to imagine being down there and banging on that glass is a good time if you're going to a Flyers game.
Yeah.
You get to see
Listen,
the fights
if
right
you're-
in your face.
If you're a real
Iceman in the
Iceman,
mouth down there.
It's amazing, but it's a little bit more of a gimmick or a special experience than it is to watch the game.
Well, wait, hold on. Jess, you were a hockey player, like an actual. You got on those skates.
I don't know about that.
And you skated around.
Yes.
So you had to have watched a couple plays or two from the sidelines, right?
Yeah.
You get a good viewpoint. What do you think about that?
I just want to
Being a game
clarify I don't think you can compare me playing in a C League in Westchester at Iceline, sitting on the bench, to being in the front row at the Flyers. But I can say this. I've been fortunate enough to be in the front row at the Flyers a couple times, including the Flyers-Devils playoff game where I want to say Claude Lemieux, right? Claude Lemieux hit the slap shot from the point. Yes. That was heartbreaking. I was right there.
It wasn't the game where Eric Lindros got brain damage coming across
I don't think it was that one.
No.
I would remember that. No. When you sit right on the glass, the sound of the puck hitting the glass is like a gunshot. It's crazy. And then people hitting the glass, it flexes. I wouldn't trade that for anything. Now, if you're a real iceman and you're trying to be upstairs and seeing the way the game develops and who's keeping it in the zone, if you will, then you might want that seat.
Well, Jesse, knowing you might trade it for the price difference.
Yeah, I definitely would. I definitely would. Believe me, when I sat in the front row, I was not paying for those tickets, Mark.
You saying just
You
a
know
cheap
this.
bastard is what you're
All
saying.
right, can we get an expert up here, Meech? Summon your
Speaking
man.
of, real quick, speaking of the Flyers, and we have Union Forge here, and like, fuck Aramark. I'm in solidarity with the workers at the Wells Fargo Center. We're on strike tonight. I know a few bartenders.
We didn't discuss this beforehand.
Fuck Aramark. I know a few bartenders that work down there. They're treated like shit, and this is a good thing. Aramark makes too much money to treat these workers like this. I'm in solidarity with the workers.
Now,
Fuck Aramark.
I will say this. Meech, we knew Meech was in solidarity with the workers when for Halloween he suggested he would dress like an Aramark worker to get into the Phillies game. I guess that probably wouldn't work right now, right? It's not a good time to do that.
I would dress like an Aramark worker, sneak in, and just hand out beers for free to everybody.
I'm going to dress like the inflatable rat and just inch my way in. You know?
Is Josh Harris serving hot dogs today at the game? Like, what's the backup plan?
No, he's in Washington. He's too worried about the Commanders. What a joke. All right, Meech, what happened? Where's our guy? There he is. Let's get him up here. Mark, we're going to get a guest in here, okay? Can you get a guest?
Yeah, yo, Fred.
All right. It's time to call in our first guest of the program.
Calling in the reinforcements.
Am I in the think tank?
This my
Think
guy.
tank.
right here.
He knows about the think tank.
Oh my god!
Yeah, watch your crotch over there, man. You might get a little grabby.
Right in the think tank.
Fly
You might get a little grabby over there.
Twitter. Fred DeVinny. What's up, friend?
Yeah, what
Great
up,
having
City
you, buddy.
Pigeons? Thanks
So-
for
so
having me
Fran,
here.
While our operation seems extremely professional,
Extremely.
tonight you're going to have to do some lip reading. You got to see if Meech is talking, you have to read his lips. But we're
I just introduced you. You don't have to hear what I said.
I heard it was a glowing introduction, Meech. I appreciate it.
You're
Thank you.
fine, Fran. Okay, Fran, you know the reason you're here.
I know. I do.
We
It's a
need
heavy
it, like,
task.
we
It's a heavy
need
burden.
the real pulse of the Flyers now.
Yeah.
Oh, I
remember. That's some old school.
I want
That's some
that
old school. That's some old school
So
stuff.
I have to assume that whatever opinion you were going to give
Oh.
has been affected by the fact that they just went down 2-0.
Yeah, it's not looking good. You
not
know,
looking good. And
a
by the
little
way,
bit of a cooler.
We're going to like to wire ourselves
Yeah.
on air.
No, you know, I mean, like earlier on, you were talking about like, is this season a disappointment or a success? You know, and it's like really tricky to look at this roster early in the season and say, yeah, we're heading deep into the playoffs in the NHL. This is a John Tortorella team of like quad A guys who completely outperform, and Tortorella does this everywhere he goes. He squeezes the juice out until there's nothing left. And we watch these like last 10 games, teams cooked, man.
Yeah.
They rode the goalie too much, and we're just at the point now where we just got nothing left in the tank. And
So
unfortunately, we're just here.
This coach overworked the team, is what you're saying. That's basically the coach's fault. The coach coached them up, out-coached, and then overcoached.
I don't know if he got out. I don't know if they out-coached. I think he demands so much, and his style of coaching is like so high intensity, and the type of game they're playing is like empty it all out, that at the end of the day, I think they just ran out of juice. And you know what? They just don't have the high-end talent either that can sometimes carry the bottom of the roster when it's not performing. We don't have that, you know, Renberg or Leclerc like potting 50
It's kind of
goals
like
anymore.
the City Pigeons podcast. I get it.
You got the Legion of Doom over here, and then you got like a Dan Kordick over on this side of the
Oh,
booth. you
God.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah, now listen, Do you think that Tortorella is the right coach when they get the talent?
No, I don't. I'm
Okay.
firm like Torts got to go in
Yeah.
like 2 years. Yeah, 2 years Torts out. I think what we're going to see is like Tortorella is going to go to a front office position. We're going to see him like evolve into that. Like he's too much like perfect for this city. I don't think it's like get rid of him
I
on
get
bad
the same
terms.
feeling. I get the feeling he's annoyed at all these players, and he doesn't really like them.
I think he's best fit for like culture and development and like kind of like get him into like the scouting room for drafts. Like what kind of player fits that prototypical Flyers mold? I think Torts knows who that is.
Right.
Just a matter of like,
Okay.
he's an older guy too. He wants to like, he
Now,
wants to,
is that because he's a little bit too hard on the players, or is his philosophy just jazzed up?
I think it's both, Rock. I think
So
it's like
is that saying something about him as the coach, or about the softness of this generation coming up?
Oh.
Because
Soft.
you see a lot of other sports. These
Some
kids
might
coming
call
up are
them
soft,
misses.
man.
Oh,
Another one.
fuck on.
Keep going, Rock. Keep going.
Yeah, sorry.
God
3-0.
damn it.
So you're saying this guy's hard on people. He works them too hard. You know, back in, I don't know, the 90s, whatever, you got Leclerc. I don't know. I think Leclerc was the 90s. Lindros. Those guys can take it. They can take the punishment. But this new generation of athletes, I'm going to say, not just hockey players, basketball players, football players, they're a little soft.
I also think like his method of coaching is not going to attract high-end free agent talent. Like that's another big issue that we got to like we're going to come to. They're not trying to look for big names right now.
Can I point out real quick that Devin Caney, who was in the building, is now at her residence, and she's in the chat, and she said that Tortorella is perfect for Philly.
Whoa.
Now,
Perfect.
correct me if I'm wrong, Vic, maybe you have some knowledge of this. I think she's on the payroll. I'm not sure. So we got to be careful.
Company.
Not
You
sure.
get that
You can
W-2
no
for
comment
health.
that if you have
Where's
that.
the W-2?
This yet you're
Where's the W-2?
Sirianni stinks.
Where's the W-2 for,
The
Devin?
W-2 for
Let me see that 1099, Devin.
How are we talking about Sirianni all of a sudden?
I don't know. How we go to the series?
DK brought it up in the chat.
Stick to the Flyers, buddy. Stick to the Flyers.
Okay, but here's my question to you, because you kind of shocked me already with the Tortorella thing.
Oh.
My assumption was they bring in Jonesy and Briere.
Sure.
These are guys we like. Look, I'm not a like crazy Flyers fan, but I'm rooting for those guys. I like those guys.
Absolutely.
They seem like normal guys, and I want them to succeed. So they're able to bring about some change. The team's looking good. I thought those guys in Tortorella was kind of like a package scenario. So for you to say, does this give them an out on Tortorella that he's not making the playoffs when they might have want to make a change anyway?
Yeah. I don't think the change is coming soon. I think that what you'll see is like Torts is here until that Mitchkoff eclipse passes over the city of Philadelphia.
I didn't know you mixed that in there.
Yeah. I'm a timely commenter. Timely. I'm on the current events. Matvei Mitchkoff is that dude, and he's our number one prospect. He's the only one we got.
We got to shut this down. We
Is
got
this serious?
Yeah.
Get rid of me.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We might be bad,
I think it's me.
if you're listening at home,
It's
the
us.
Flyers, when we start 2-0,
This party is getting people are throwing chairs.
Right now, I'm all my Flyers gear. I'm in my Sixers.
it's 4-0. By the way,
I brought a coat on
wait,
purpose.
you guys, you switched out your Flyers gear before you could both show that you were wearing the JSP. There it is. Look, show that. We've got both Meech and our boy over here with Jimmy Garecki. Boom. Jimmy with the
Shout out
goods.
Jimmy Garecki.
I can't believe this.
Yeah,
I can't believe this. What do you have to say for your
I
Flyers?
kind of can believe it.
I still feel like the season's a success. Call me corny, call me like sentimental, but to get this type of production out of a terrible roster with your goalie kicked off the league halfway through the season,
They didn't have that.
it shows you how good of a coach Tortorella is.
Since we brought you up here, Montreal scored 3 goals.
The Union Ford shot. Union Ford shot.
Hold on.
Thank you, Union
Oh,
Ford.
my
Oh, yeah,
God.
look at this.
It's a classy operation.
Is this straight vodka?
Here, I got it.
All right,
Thank
cool.
you.
It's not us.
He's good. He's good.
Work in the morning.
We're good. Thank you.
So wait, I'll take what's your prediction?
Rock's
Are
the
they
only
gonna
one
beat
that's
you?
No, we're done. We're
This
done
is
like
it.
dinner. We're done like dinner.
The game was at. You had it.
We had to win 4 or 5. We had to win 4 or 5, including this one. So we're done.
So
Yeah, we're done.
Cheers to the.
I mean, I have a lot.
No.
Okay.
Mad Mishkov, baby.
The Mad Russian.
The Mad Russian.
Listen,
So this is now the fake and frame show.
Here we go.
Put the camera back. Put the camera back. We're doing Mania promo here now. This is the Fran and Fake show. This is my boy Fran. I'm Fake.
Tom, cut this guy off. Tom, cut this guy off over there.
hey, this is a good idea. Invest in the Flyers, right? Yeah. I don't know.
We're only going up, baby. We're only going up.
I think you need to start your own podcast about sports. It's always sunny in Philadelphia because
Oh, did anybody see the shot in Beach made? Did
you
anybody
don't
see
seem to
this?
criticize anything.
Oh, shit.
Flyers rock.
Yeah, the Flyers are yesterday's news.
All right.
Go on to the Sixers.
Fran, thank you, dude. Hey,
Wait,
I'll see you next year.
Thanks,
See you on next year. This time, bro.
yo, Frank, shout yourself out there. I don't even know who you are. I just know your name is Frank. How are you like? How are you like?
Flyers go scored by,
Doesn't
dude.
even know who I am.
Rock doesn't know who
Rock
Fran
doesn't know who I
is.
am.
I don't know.
I failed. I failed as a
Fran,
social
Rock doesn't
media
do
person.
Twitter.
I don't do Twitter.
Well, we'll link up later, Rock.
He was banned.
Shout it out though. Shout it out though.
You need
Now,
four,
I'm
Joe,
flying
three,
to
ready?
record by. Talk
1,
about
2,
Paul
3.
Walker.
You need four.
Let's go. Thank you,
Yeah.
for
Throw the hot dog fix.
Wow,
Throw
perfect.
that dog fix.
All right.
I don't even need the line. How's that?
I want everyone to understand it's very hard to do this with a raging party. It feels like no one.
Yeah, can somebody in the chat tell us how we sound right now?
Appreciates us.
Tom, do we sound
Can we,
okay?
how we sound in the chat? Somebody tell us.
Yeah, Deb.
Devin told me the audio is terrible. She can't hear shit. That was about 15 minutes ago.
Are you being honest?
Right.
Awesome.
Yes. In a text message. She did it on the side. I'm sorry.
Is this true?
What about Woo? Was Woo in there? Is Woo in there?
I will say that vodka goes down quick and smooth, though. Union Forge.
Well,
Maybe we should just wrap this
We
up.
were up against it. No, we will not wrap this up. You know why? Because we
We
still
gotta
have to
push through,
talk
buddy.
about
Push through.
the Philadelphia 76ers,
Hell yeah.
who are 9 points ahead.
10
the
points
Detroit-
ahead, buddy. And beat at the
10
line.
points.
Did you see that shot Embiid just made over his head, falling down?
No,
Nobody
I didn't.
saw
I'm
that.
trying to figure out what the hell we're doing with this podcast.
This man's the GOAT.
You're watching TV. Okay. Now, last time we got together, there were some of us.
So we got some comments about the audio here. We got
All right, listen, cut to the point. It was me who was negative about the Sixers. Everyone else was everyone in the world was positive about them, which worried me. When everyone's one way, like it just worries me. Why are they all positive? But apparently they all knew something I didn't because they haven't lost since.
When you had the best player in the NBA.
Now,
you're
listen, I
always
wouldn't
a
go bragging
contender.
because it could end really quickly. Let me just say I was wrong and without you berating me, okay? Because you could look stupid in a week while my little stupid dumb apology here doesn't really mean much.
Here's the question that I have. Fink, what do you want or expect to happen? Not expect. What standard are you holding the Sixers to for the rest of the season?
So we all know how I am, so I'm gonna be pissed off if we don't make the second round. But I honestly, down to my core, believe that this team can make the Eastern Conference Finals. Because who are you, again, we went over this last week. Who are you scared of in the East? Come the fuck on! Damn it.
It's now 5-0 Canadians. The City Pigeons' first ever Flyers watch party is a disaster.
Yeah, I
The
might get in
first
there,
and
man. I might
last
get in
City
there.
Pigeons
Oh my
Flyers
God.
watch
This is the
party.
worst day of my life.
Oh my God. Okay.
Wait, I would think though, if they make the playoffs, they have a good. As long as they don't have a collision course with the Celtics, they got as good a chance as anybody to make the finals, man. So let's have fun with it. Man.
Okay,
Let's have fun with it.
Here's my problem. When Meech and I came in last week, and by the way, I just want to say Meech led the charge of negativity. I merely jumped on. I think it was the Red
This
Bull,
goalie
the
stinks,
sugar-free
dude.
Red Bull and vodka that I had that aided the negativity for me to jump on with Meech. But The point was, my point was, everything changed in the playoffs. Embiid's got to show us that he can stay healthy. Up to this point, he's
got a goalie
demonstrated that he can play and seems okay, which is miraculous. But I still need to
So
see
it's
that.
also against Memphis's G League team, the fucking Detroit Pistons.
So
He sat against the
What about the
Spurs.
Miami Heat? Like, come on. You know about that game.
But who's weren't a couple guys missing for the Heat that game?
Yeah, they were. But here's the point. Going through 3 or 4 playoff series is a grueling task. He's got to show me that he can do that. And you're getting all hyped up over these 5 wins. Waving your flag like you're the man.
Flyers just brought in the 9'9" goalie.
A big foot.
Just shoved them in the pipes.
So you guys are just off. You're just off the Sixers, basically. It doesn't matter what happens.
No.
You need them to win the finals, or you don't give a fuck.
No, here is my point. I think the standard has arbitrarily changed. I won't say arbitrarily because there's reasons behind it. In the beginning of the season, it was like, if you don't make it to past the second round of playoffs, it's a failure no matter what.
I don't think so.
Now, people are like, oh, shit, Embiid came back. I didn't expect him to come back. This is great. We have a chance. And it almost feels like they think we're playing with house money. And whatever happens from here is gravy because they didn't expect it to happen. And I think it's BS that they changed their tune. That's what I'm saying.
Well, here's the thing. Right now, it's house money. Once you get to the playoffs, people are going to have the expectations again. And it's going to be and listen, I don't mean to bring anyone down. I don't give a bitch. No, I don't give I'm going to be rooting for the Sixers. But I'm just saying, everyone's like way high on them. And I'm tempering expectations. How's that?
Okay, we've got a Let's Go Flyers chant right now. With the Flyers down 5-0, 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second period. The crowd here is attempting to will them back to life.
I hate to tell you guys, but the Flyers are going to lose this game. We got the official report from Fran. What is it? Yeah. Another Flyers goal by, or whatever it was.
Go ahead.
That fly goal scored by.
No.
Yeah,
they Flyers.
He said they ain't making it.
Flyers,
he said they fly goal scored by.
Oh,
he couldn't
really?
fit Flyers in the whole Twitter handle. So
No
it's
wonder.
at fly goal scored by, but his name on his Twitter is Flyers goal scored by.
That is why I tried to tag him in a post.
You know what? At this point, we might as well have a good time. You know what I mean? We might as well put,
When
we might as well
were we
put the
not
Sixers
having
on.
a good time?
We might as well put
Now-
the Sixers on that big screen. If I'm gonna be
On
honest
the
with you
note of
guys.
having a good time.
Hey guys, did we save the season?
Yes.
We did not
He
save
always
the
brings
season.
down doom
The
and
Sixers
gloom. Every
season.
time he grabs a mic, he's like, "Oh my God, someone just died."
And that's in direct contrast to you, who lifts everyone up with every opinion that you have.
It's just my smiling face that gets everyone going. I think.
No
The
doubt
yin and
about
the
it.
yang in
Hey,
the think tank.
bro. It was me and you leading that charge on the Sixers, man.
Okay.
Don't worry about these guys.
I'm not worried about
Now-
the Sixers. We're winning it all.
Because any real analysis we're doing seems to be worthless, I want to take you guys back in time to the street hockey games in my yard or my driveway back in the early mid-90s.
Remember that.
Where
Since we're on that hockey
somebody was a goalie, the likes of which we've never seen, and because of the fact that he would wear specific shorts that had a interesting pattern, he was given the nickname the African Warrior.
That would be
It's only because of
Me.
the shorts. It was called the
Can you
African
pull up
Warrior,
the,
not because of his skin color. Just the shorts.
I think I coined myself the African Warrior, actually. Yeah, I used to stand on my
there he
head.
is. There he is.
Look at that. Look at that guy.
I want to be.
Oh my God. He scored again.
Oh my God. The Canadians scored again. It's 6-0.
hell? This is
terrible.
No one's ever coming here for a Flyers game again.
The backup
Okay.
didn't want
You know what? I'm leaving. I'm fucking out of here.
I think it's out of
I
here.
think it's time we
I've had enough of this.
it's time to sacrifice.
It's just time to leave.
Well, he might be mad about the African Warrior thing, although he said that was his own nickname. Okay. All right, Fink. Let's bring it back. All right. So Rock was actually a pretty good goalie, and that playing street hockey was the best. Did you guys use Fink? The Northeast. I know you were playing street hockey.
We had a cul-de-sac right up the street from me, man. We had street hockey games all day long.
Hell yeah.
I lived in Summerdale, so we used to have blocks, and every block had their own team. And then we also played at like Oxford Circle. We probably had like 150 kids. It was like insane. Everyone
amazing.
played foot hockey. It was insane.
And you're on foot, no rollerblades.
No roller.
Did you ever?
Indoor, outdoor, we did both.
Were you ever man enough to step between the pipes?
No. I played like fourth
Yeah, I
fourth
used to play
line left
goalie.
winger. Like I barely seen any action. I stumped. I got a hat trick in one game though.
Hat trick.
My dad saved the ball. I was like 13. I was like, fuck that. I was like 13. I was like, but here's the thing. I swear to hat trick, the guys in the league were averaging like 6 goals a game.
Let me tell you, I don't know if I told this story before, but I always wanted to play actual hockey. And I went to like the skating rink to do like ice skating, the public skate. I couldn't skate at all. A couple friends of mine are like,
Shout
yo,
out Wissahickon.
shout out Wissahickon Skating Club. Couple friends of mine, first place I smoked a joint too. No one ever knows that. Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Okay.
Whoa.
Couple friends of mine are like, we're going to play in a C League in Westchester. You want to play it? I'm like, me and Radical Squirrel. I'm like, yeah, we'll play. So we go. I agree to play in this league. I get all the equipment. Radical Squirrel and I are going to like Voorhees Rink at like 12 o'clock on a Tuesday, like practicing. We couldn't skate a lick. And lo and behold, I start playing this team. I played 4 or 5 years. We ended up winning the championship, mainly because we had one guy who was really good. Shout out Ed Bosley of the Boz. I'm telling you, I almost hurt myself. I almost died on that ice 40 times. But you know what?
Did your skating get better?
Slightly. I got to the point where I could flip around and go backwards when people were coming at me, but that was it. And I'd be like, here we go. I never played defense. I got in front of the goal, and I scored a bunch of goals. Scored a goal, like, honestly, on ice hockey. And there was a couple times I did a couple one-timers, a couple breakaways. It's the best feeling ever. And we got in a couple fights. Now, I'll never forget, one time I'm standing on the ice, we get in a fight, and I'm looking at their bench, and I look at this guy, and I'm like, what are you looking at, while the fight's going on? This happens to be the best player on their team who has ice agility. So I'm looking at him like, what's up, dude? What's up, He vaults over the bench, comes straight at me. I have no balance, you know what I mean? He took me down. I almost died that day. I almost died. And you know what the cool thing was, though? And this reminded me of lacrosse fights. Most people kept their helmets on, and you had your gloves, So it's kind of like you were just messing around. In C League ice hockey, you weren't taking off the helmet and the gloves. We were keeping them on. Kind of bitch made.
I got in like one little scuffle in street hockey, and some kid punched me in my nuts. I'm like 12 years old. He just fucking, like, we were like scrimmaging along the boards. He just went whack right in my nuts. And that's the worst experience I ever had in my life.
Fake.
Wait, so you had boards? You set up like rinks in the street?
Outdoors. No. I mean, like, we signed up for Oxford Circle and hockey.
It's a low-ass
We
blow.
also had our own street league.
Got
where
it.
every block had the little players, and we played each other.
Now,
it was
Mark.
Anchor Street versus Elkhart
Mark.
Street, Loretta versus, sorry.
Mark, did you ever play street hockey as a kid?
Front neck.
I played some driveway hockey, I believe, and I played floor hockey in gym class, and I was a big fan of that. That was like my favorite. Like, in gym class, like would roll around and be like
Yeah.
badminton, and I'd be like, this sucks. But when floor hockey came
Yeah.
around, I was fired up.
All right. Well, we forgot to mention, you've seen this. Meech and I met at the wonderful playground at 52nd Street in Ocean City,
Right
First time
next to
they
the hockey
kissed.
rink.
which always had a hockey rink, which we from time to time would get in there.
They still have a hockey rink there.
We mostly played wiffle ball in the hockey rink. I
Yeah.
played more wiffle ball in the hockey rink than I played hockey.
But Meech, as we talked about this earlier, I was thinking we are well-rounded sportsmen.
Yeah.
As a result of the fact that we largely grew up hanging out at a playground that had basketball, hockey.
I used to play every sport, all year round.
the
You know,
Dice rolling.
The biggest backyard sports legend of the City Pigeons podcast, Mr. Tommy Donuts himself.
Tommy.
He's like, what?
Tom's like, I don't know what's going on over here. Tom, you're doing a noble job keeping this shit together.
These two
Good
got
job,
closer
Cardinals.
together.
No. Okay.
Thank you, Dad,
So
for the
2
help
out
with
of the
volume.
3 Philly teams are losing. The Sixers are winning, but they're playing the Pistons. So it's like, if you don't win,
and they're
it's
kind
a
of
freaking
barely winning.
disgrace.
What a shitty night.
Can we just talk about, though, like, the vibes in here were off the chain.
And the
Yeah,
Cardinals
crazy,
just hit
man.
a home run.
We need to get. We need to get.
end this.
Those vibes
We need
should
to
go
get Mr.
towards
Hollywood
good,
back.
not
We
towards
need
blue.
Mr. Hollywood back.
Jinx we're gonna mush all 3 teams right now.
We
This
can't
is-
yet.
And the Sixers the Eagles just traded their first round draft pick.
And the union just folded.
Can I tell you guys something funny? Because I feel like at this point,
By the way, Philly's getting a WNBA team.
are they?
No, I wish they
Are we?
should.
Oh, this guy off the mic.
Oh my God.
Okay, guys, because I feel like anything goes right now. Can I tell you I have a miscellaneous topic every week, right? What was my topic last week? Oh, things you do that then you ultimately end up being
yourself.
mad at people. I got one. Ready? Things you take for granted until you don't have them. An umbrella.
Oh, I fucking hate umbrellas. I never used one in my goddamn life. Fuck
I was
umbrellas.
gonna say like a 4-point lead on the team behind you in a wild card standings before you go on a 7-game skid.
Something you take for granted until what?
Until you don't have it.
My life.
Like WD-40. Anyway, an umbrella is a good one. You know?
Sunscreen? That's kind of like a different kind of umbrella.
Bald guys like us don't take that for granted, Mark.
Isn't
All
that
right, so I'm going to
isn't
give
that
a
the
public
point?
service announcement for the Coop. The Coop Philly is the #1 destination for events of any kind. With over 4 to 6 screens, you want to have video games, you want to have a bar, bar mitzvah, birthday parties. We can do all that. Check out at the Coop Philly events like tonight. Do you want to have an event to try to rally your team to see them lose 6-0? We can accomplish that for you.
The Coop.
All right. Wait, I just realized something. As we wait on something special, wait, before we go there,
As we wait,
Fink, you didn't report on WrestleMania. Fink was in attendance at WrestleMania in Philadelphia this
he
weekend.
wrestled in WrestleMania. He won the Intercontinental belt.
Fink, give us a minute on WrestleMania, please.
So this is my first WrestleMania ever, and I just have to say, it was good.
You know what?
Meech,
I
can
really
you,
feel like I was there.
can you suplex him like Jason Kelsey did to the one guy?
Listen, so it was my first WrestleMania ever. I used to be into wrestling when I was younger, not into it as much
You've
now
grown.
these days. But it's in my city. It's a Super Bowl of wrestling. I got to go. So I
Right.
went, and I had probably one of my best times in the link. It was so fun.
Let
Why?
me ask you an honest question. Could you see much from your seats?
They had big screens. You could see, like, they had the big screen on top of the screen.
Like
But
I
the
sat on my
actual ring-
couch and watched it, and it was on a
You
big
had
screen.
way better seats than I did.
That's what I mean.
It's a
Can
very
you
interesting
describe
thing.
the fans?
Yeah,
Like,
when,
were these Philadelphians? Were they wrestling fans from around the country?
Wrestling fans
from everywhere, dude.
All
They
over the
come
country.
from fucking everywhere. And when Fink and all my buddies were going to get tickets, and I was so down to get them. I was like, yeah, fucking, I'll hang out. It'll be awesome. And then I went on to get the tickets, and it said Lincoln Financial Field. I was like, wait, this ain't at the Wells Fargo Center. And then I'm looking at the date. I was like, April 6th. Like, shit, it might not be good. Like,
It was cold as shit.
I'm cool on this. Like, I'm good. I'll wait.
Interesting scenario
Indoor one.
that the entire production is based around this little square that they can't change the size of. You know, they have the long runway thing that everyone gets into. I love wrestling. It's like, he's fighting him. Hold on. Who's coming in? It's like, it's the same thing.
Never
Oh,
ends.
no.
Those
It's just-
bloodline rules,
It just,
man.
it
Did
just
you know
sounds
they
like
had an
another episode of Jesse being a hater.
Whatever,
Every
dude.
week is Jesse being a hater.
If Fink didn't go to this, you'd be a complete hater about it.
Did you guys know they had an entire other wrestling league with events all day at the Wells Fargo Center? I had no idea. Someone told me this like 3
Wow.
days after.
Is that like the wing bowl?
It was like they had like, I don't know. I'm gonna say ECW wrestling. That totally dates me. East Coast
Yeah.
wrestling.
Yeah.
It's like whatever
Sounds
the
cool, though.
version of that is now.
Yeah, all the acronym changes over the years. I'm not going to lie. I had the little ring and all the figures, when I was young. I was into that.
The LGN figures were the best that like you couldn't move anything on them.
Yeah, it's not like stretch Armstrong. You can't manipulate
Yeah.
them. It was perfect. Meech,
Yeah,
why are
you
you
wanna hear-
standing up?
I was about to go to the bathroom because I thought Fink was going to tell a good WrestleMania story, and then
No.
he goes, "It was good." So now I feel obligated to just stand here and fucking talk.
So I also
you want to hear a funny story about the wrestling figures when I was a
Yes.
kid? You had they were just regular plastic figures. You couldn't move them, and I had like Macho Man and shit, but you had to send away for Miss Elizabeth. You had to get like 3 box tops and send like $6 for shipping and handling. And you send for Miss Elizabeth, and she comes in her little pink dress or whatever. And then I got her in the mail, and I rubbed her on the.
I got her in the mail, and I rubbed her. Is this talking about your inflatable doll?
I rubbed the front of the doll on the ring to like rub the paint off of, so it looks like her titties were out. And I was like fucking 9 years old. It was awesome. So I had like a figure of Miss Elizabeth
God,
with her bare titties out.
We are so
That's
lucky.
unbelievable.
So
Guys, say-
for our next
Unbelievable.
guest,
We are so lucky that this has been such a train wreck that no one is listening anymore.
Can I pivot with one thing real quick? I just want to give this shout out.
Reverse Wade.
This shout out is sponsored by the Good Heart Firm. I'm going to endorse myself here. Dawn Staley, Philadelphia legend. Props to her. Bringing home the championship, undefeated. I was going to say I'm going to go out on a limb, but this is not even a limb. Dawn Staley is the greatest Philadelphian of all time, other than the Gov himself.
Yes.
And so she's basically the number 2 Philadelphian in terms of the City Pigeons podcast.
3.
And the ratings are out. Tall Teeth himself verified them. The Women's National Championship crushed the Men's National Championship in viewership in this country.
Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. In true WWE fashion, we have someone emerging down the runway. We've never seen anything like it. This is the African Warrior who is taking the goal. And only the most daring of challengers will attempt to score on him. We must get the sticks and the balls to make sure that this will happen. Rich, please police this endeavor. All right. We've got a camera here. Trevor, go horizontal, buddy. Yeah, baby. Yes. Look at this close-up. Okay. So Rock has left the set of the podcast. He is now in all of his goalie attire.
Who's taking a
Now,
shot?
There are sticks. There are sticks behind the goal that are going to be given out to the audience. Now, ladies and gentlemen, really quick, there are some parameters here. There are no slap shots. Hold on. This is ceremonial. Hold on. There are no slap shots. There are only what we like to call limp wristers, okay? You are very close to the African Warrior, and it's been 30 years since he's got between the pipes.
Blast them.
All right, let's see how this goes. We've got a member, I think, of the Flyers Nation ready to shoot against the African Warrior.
Rock looks comfortable.
Go ahead, dude. Let it rip. I don't care.
Rock looks comfortable.
Here we go. First shot. The African Warrior. Guys, you got to be quiet in between so I can commentate. The African Warrior artfully slides to his left with a block. The next challenger is up. Here we go. He's going. Oh! Wait, did that go in? Oh, no. He scores a goal with a very limp-wristed shot.
We need the bar.
Oh, that's going to be a problem.
He just took out 2 bottles of Union Forge vodka.
DJ Hollywood is in jeopardy. His turntables are intact. All right, fourth challenger. Oh, an easy shot right into his body. The African Warrior looks surprisingly fresh after 30 years of not playing goalie. Here we go. Hey, you going to go up top? Hey, you going to go up top? You better put that in the real top shelf. Mark Goodhart now challenging the Warrior. Shoots. He scores. The most disgraceful thing that can happen. Mark Goodhart scores on you. Rock, don't worry about the DJ booth. You got to do what you got to do.
Dude.
Here we go. Wait, hold on. This guy has a C on his shirt. Is that an indication of hockey skills? We're about to find out.
Yes, it was. Is the answer.
Guys, if I'm being honest, I can't tell if they're scoring or not. Was that a goal? Yeah, that was, by the way, that was the hardest shot we've seen. We got a lefty here. First lefty of the night. Oh, the 5-hole is weak.
Oh.
All right, can we hold on
Rocky needs a sub.
real quick? We got to pause. We got to revisit this. The African Warrior is looking a little rusty already, and the lefties are giving him trouble. Okay, here we go. The DJ Hollywood quickly decided it was time to pack up.
Yeah, he needs a Gatorade bottle behind the net.
The African Warrior looking as successful as the Flyers goalies tonight. All right, he's called for a lot of timeouts. Here comes a lefty shot. Oh, I can't say. No, there's no rebound.
Let's go to the rebound.
Fink goes for the rebound in classic Fink style. If only that kid was here to punch him in the nuts like his street hockey days.
No,
Another lefty. This is tough for the Warrior stops it.
Oh.
If you're not watching, I apologize. This is hard to transcribe
For the audio crowd.
audio-wise. Oh, just stopped 3 in a row. No rebounds. No rebounds, damn it.
Rocky.
The Warrior is gaining confidence
Rock's
steadily.
just warming up.
Listen, we have another Rocky instead of Rocky B-ball. We got now.
Did he get that? Hey, can you point in like a referee?
We should have a siren.
Shout out to Rich McMullen here in the Flyer suit, ladies and gentlemen.
Are we ending this thing?
Rich, can you come up here? Here, get up here.
Yeah, didn't you go already? What are you going for, a hat trick, bro? Yeah.
Do it. Okay. While we're doing this, because that was like in between the slap shot and the wrister, man. I gotta say, the definition of a wrister is the blade is on the ball the whole time. Yo, these hockey guys are always trying. Yes. He comes out with a goal.
I love it.
He comes out with a goal.
That angle.
Ladies and gentlemen, this may be the best 10 minutes in City Pigeons podcast history. Oh, Tom, feel free to solo this. Just solo this, man. You don't need us. Oh, wait, real quick, Tom, leave it there. I just want to introduce. Go back. We got Rich McMullen Flyer suit in the house. Look at this. He's got the Flyer suit.
It's a gorgeous
legend.
suit.
He was the coach of the C League team. He played at Wells Fargo. All right, back to Rocky.
Championship C League.
Championship, baby. Radical Scroll puked his cheesesteak out. Here we go. We got live coverage. Guys, if you're listening or
can I get a
watching,
shot?
if you didn't know you needed live coverage of a one-on-one hockey shot competition from a makeshift man cave, well, guess what? Now you know, because this is the future of content. The future of content. Here, get in there, Rich. Yeah, we want you to commentate. So you like what the Warriors done so far?
The Warrior is cleaning house right now.
All right.
He is making everybody else.
I would say this at this point, Rich. He's grown accustomed to the gear, and he's not afraid of anything.
No, he's not. I don't even think he's wearing a cup.
Oh, Tom has left
He's
his
in there
post
ready
as
to go.
producer to take a shot. What happened?
The Rock cannot be stopped.
Yo, Trevor, I need someone to signal goal or no goal. I can't see.
It's all been
No goal. Tom,
It's all been
you went super top shelf and missed, correct?
goal.
All right. No. Someone's got some. Okay, Rich, how does this compare to other live podcasts with one-on-one hockey shot goalies that you've participated in?
This is by far the best one-on-one hockey shot podcast I've ever
There's no
been on.
question. There's no question.
Easy call.
Ball.
I think the mistake that we made was all these Flyers Nation guys are actually legit hockey guys. They probably are C League, B League guys. They've got nice wristers. Here we go with the lefty. He's challenging the Warrior. Oh, he easily. Now, that was the biggest disparity of ability that we've seen. I mean, he
Jesse.
was confident. He knew where he wanted it.
I think Rock was thrown off
And it
by
was great.
the off-speed shot there.
Somebody's asking us, is
Look at
that
this
John
camera
Hamm in an orange suit?
Great camera work by Trevor, by the way. Shout out to Trevor Moran, Tall Teeth, for his camera work. Wait, we don't even have a water bottle for the goalie. This is a mockery. Here,
Give him the
here.
hand.
Rock.
Hardest working man in showbiz over there.
Yo, he caught that. That was legit. All right. Trev, let's get a close-up as he gets hydrated. He deserves this. By the way, to the Flyers Nation, folks, if you need a guest for the Wayne Simmons event on Friday, Rock is a huge fan. He is ready to go. He will appear as the African Warrior as well if the fee for his services is justifiable.
I will throw this out there. If you need somebody to attend Wayne Simmons' retirement game
Flyer suit
in black tie, I'm your guy.
I got to tell you, Rich, this might not be the best podcast we ever did, but it might be one of the most fun. I'm having a great time. Normally, I'd be like, we got to stop, but I'm not going to stop.
I haven't had this much fun watching the Flyers lose in a long time.
That's a great point. What's the score? 17-0?
I believe it's 6-0.
Okay, this guy's got deeks. Oh, you. By the way, buddy, your deeks are nothing for the African Warrior. Nothing. All right, who has yet to go? Come on, guys. Let's keep it going. All right, this guy's going a bunch. Wait, real quick. This guy has a personal vendetta against the African Warrior. All right, so here we go.
This guy's
You're 1 for 1.
Hand. He's 2 for 2. This guy's 2 for 2.
Hold on. This is 1 for 1. So this is the rubber match. Whoever wins this one wins the outright bout. Now, he's being careful not to hurt the ladies that are getting drinks, and that is appropriate. Okay, here we go. He's settling in.
He's a gentleman.
Oh! The African Warrior was not at all fooled by that move
Rocky
at
Ice
all
Cake
whatsoever.
over here.
Here they come. They're coming back up. Okay, I guess at some point, Tom, what are the comments saying?
I hope he's wearing a cup.
Wait, Tom, I see
hope
Rock's wife is in the chat. What is she saying?
I hope he's wearing a cup.
Rock's wife is saying, I hope he's wearing a cup.
Somebody else said.
I don't believe he's wearing
He's
a cup.
tucked in. Are you playing Go of the Mangina? Oh, my bad.
Tucked in and locked in.
Yeah,
He's been
nobody
a brick
wants
wall,
it.
that man.
Nobody wants it. All right, well, okay. Hey, round of applause for the African Warrior.
Way to go, Rock.
Possibly the best podcast segment that ever
Sign that
occurred
man up for the Flyers. They need
in
a goaltender.
history of podcasts. And I just want to thank everyone that came out. Flyer suit, my man Rich.
Thanks
By the
for
way, you're
having
coming
me.
back on the podcast to tell the story of your driver's license photos.
Sounds
Jesse,
good.
no one's
wait.
paying for the third
Wait.
period, huh?
Hey, can I just say this?
Yeah, go ahead.
That, the Union Forge Flyers meal that I had is delicious.
You like that?
It was delicious.
Shout out Union Forge, Flyers Mule.
Thank you,
Hard
Union
work
Forge.
right there. Just when I thought we were shutting it down, we've got a rare post-game interview with the African Warrior himself, Roger Rock Matthews.
You know what
It was a
happened?
rough start
They got
there.
me early. You know what I mean? I had
Yeah,
to
it
get
was a rough
warmed up. I
start.
haven't been in front of the net in 25, 30 years.
Yeah, it's
There you go.
tough.
But once I got in the groove, you know what I mean? I got back to my fundamentals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I saw the ball.
I saw your knees
So,
got a
tried to
little
get
loose.
to it.
Yeah.
And I think I did a pretty good job.
Also, it's a little
solid
dark
job
in
in
here.
that.
It's probably hard to pick
You,
up the
you
ball.
also owe me $20 for my shot. You told me to go. You told me where to go in that shot.
Yeah, I
You
did.
said you wanted to look good, so
Yeah, thanks.
you're
Thanks,
welcome, man.
I would say you acquitted yourself beautifully
Thank you.
on the whole. And we appreciate
I'm not
it.
used to these like close range shots either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, typically you got a strong defense in front of you that's keeping people out by the blue line.
You
I
got
get it.
bar, a lot of distractions. You know what I mean? I just want to know what my save percentage was. So I need somebody to get the stats
You know
on
what?
that.
I gotta say, like,
Better than the actual goalie playing for the Flyers.
Exactly.
Both of them.
If I got to get down there tonight,
it's
Flyers,
got to be
you know how
like
to reach me.
70%.
Flyers know how to reach me if they
So
want
let me
down
say
there.
this in closing. I'm not sure, guys. I'm gonna give a closing statement here. I'm not sure what we did tonight. Okay,
No,
I don't know either.
I
man.
can't exactly wrap my head around it. I'm quite sure it's not great content, but I think it was we paid homage to what this is all about, and that is
Having
the
a good time,
fellowship
man.
of joining together with
In
people that we
misery.
love to experience things that give us joy and just to be happy, because life, there's so much other stuff that goes on that's that you can stress out about. Yeah, I'm sermoning, Meech. I'm giving a closing statement. If you want to chime in, you can.
Let the man go.
I just want to say I thank
Yo,
everyone.
Rock, that was awesome, man. Good job.
Thanks, man.
I thank everyone that's made this happen
He's a
tonight.
hater.
Long list: Snack PR, Union Forge, Jackass Burritos, Flyers Nation, Flyers Suit,
Federal
Federal
Donuts.
Donuts.
Flyers goal scored by Federal Donuts.
Thanks,
The
Hoagie.
Good Heart
Good
Firm.
flyer suit over
City
there.
Pigeons. The list goes on.
Our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ
Rose again on Easter.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I know you never thought this moment was coming. If you're still paying attention, God help you.
If you're still watching
Go
this,
Sixers.
Thank you. Hey, Vic,
I
cue
can't
the
find
outro,
it.
buddy.
Go
I can't
Sixers.
find it. There it is.
Thank you.